Greetings, YouTube. It is still Christmas Eve in Texas. I have been with family and friends away from my phone. My phone was in the other room charging. I was not concerned about it because, as I've said for the past week or two, I'm going to spend family time that I don't get maybe once or twice a year. And so the game is not my priority. YouTube is not my priority. I'm taking a step back. I'm trying to spend quality time away from Marvel Contest of Champions. Pretty simple, right? Well, turns out that tonight, while I was in a church of all places, my phone blew up. Now, I didn't know this because I wasn't checking my phone. But when I got out of the church service and I looked at my phone, I had well over 100 messages, all after the time of the calendar's release, and all of them with some level of disgust, borderline hatred in the messages. This was very shocking to me, and dare I say, even a little frightening, because I'm someone that is going to make videos and I'm going to be honest about my opinions, but I'm also going to be professional and I'm going to be level-headed and I'm going to do my best to call it like I see it without being so negative that it inflames the pitchforks to bring even more pitchforks. Apparently, the pitchfork community of Marvel Contest of Champions went straight to the forums and crashed them. Literally crashed them. I have never seen a screenshot like the one that you're staring at right now, and yet there was an error launching the forums, code N-50, because so many people flooded the feedback on the forums that they literally went down. Now, I don't know if there's any Kabam employees that are working right now or not, but clearly they had to respond. Now, what could have caused them to crash so badly? Well, we had a big question mark on Christmas, the December 25th of the monthly calendar, and that led a lot of people to speculate what this amazing item could be. It is the psychology of marketing that dictates to users that because you are not revealing an item's identity, it probably is going to be really amazing. This is also a great lesson for Kabam to learn, in that if you weren't intending for the psychology of marketing to be anything different than any other day, you should not put a question mark over an item. You should just reveal it on day one of the monthly calendar. If they had done that, the forums never would have crashed and this video would not exist. But by making an item mysterious and having the perception of the community that it's going to be some amazing game-changing item for their roster or for the game, you are setting people up to not only be disappointed, but to take out that disappointment many times in juvenile form on a forum or a community post like this is. Now, what exactly happened? Well, if you haven't seen it, which I'm guessing most people have, we got 5 lesser gifting crystals, 5 of the cheapos, as some people call them. Not the greater gifting crystals, but the lesser ones. Now, to me, this isn't really a big deal because I don't remember this being a big deal last year. In fact, I did a video at the beginning of the month about talking about how actually this month's holiday calendar is better, but most importantly, on December 1st, this month's monthly calendar was better than last year's as well. It was strictly because the item was hidden from viewers' perception that they took this as an assumption that it was going to be some special make or break item. Now, I have seen some people respond as though this is the worst millennial stereotype, right? You've got people who've got pitchforks up because they've got a free item in the game that anyone can get, whether you spend $1 million on the game or $0 on the game. You get it for free just by logging in every day for 25 days in the month. So this outrage is being caused by a free item in the game. And this outrage has included screenshots sent to me. One in particular was so terrifying that I couldn't even in good conscience put it on a YouTube video because I'm not even sure I'm allowed to put the text of something that could be construed as a FBI warning level death threat to the company headquarters itself. Yes, people were so irate that they went on the forums and threatened the company's headquarters with violence. That genuinely terrifies me, especially over a free item. Those of you who have done this, I not only do not condone that, but I just want to say this is a moment to examine your own life. You are, because of a free item you're getting that's not owed to you, you just get it for logging in, using things that could land you in jail for multiple years at your disposal and feeling justified at the same time, that terrifies me. Please don't send those kind of messages, even if you're feeling outraged. The internet is a place of so much hatred and vitriol that really shakes up the foundation of my own soul to the core, and seeing those kind of messages was very disturbing. Speaking of disturbing, I find sometimes that logical people, like-minded people that aren't going to send those death threats to Caban when they're mad, they're more upset not at the actual outcome of the calendar, such as what you're staring at, but at the tone of the response from Caban. That makes them more upset than the actual incident itself. And tonight, I think we saw another instance where Caban put out something that they thought was going to actually make the fire go away, but instead they actually put kerosene or gasoline on it because of some of the underlying condescension that was in the wording of the post. What am I talking about? Well, Caban Mike, regarding the mystery item, merged the threads, and there were a lot of threads on the forums, hence why it crashed, to say, "Thank you for the feedback on the calendar. I'm sorry to hear that I think that should say some of you, it's just a typo, are disappointed by the free items in the calendar." Now, when he's saying free items, he's saying, look, you all are grabbing your pitchforks over things that are free? Are you kidding me? So the underlying subtext of this sentence is, I can't believe I'm even having to respond to this, and yet here we are. That are just part of the regular login calendar. This particular spot was hidden not because it's a special gift, but because it would have revealed an event that had not been yet announced. Hence, the gifting event that we didn't hear about officially until the past week. Now, Caban, this is a lesson for you. Don't ever hide an item in the calendar as a question mark if it is just something that you're trying not to reveal too fast. Move that item to the holiday calendar, wait to reveal the holiday calendar when you reveal the gifting event, and just put something else in its place. Maybe a new champion for the month that you can get as a 3 or 4 star. Maybe more tier 4 class catalyst crystals. I don't know anything, but it's the psychology of marketing, and it's one of those really tough lessons where they probably had no idea how much the community was expecting, because a question mark can mean so much to people, especially if they associate that question mark with a direct affiliation or a direct association with a holiday that typically means a bigger prize. Now, speaking of bigger prizes, we saw last year on Christmas that we were going to get ranked down tickets. They've already talked about how that's not going to be the case this year. Part of me was hoping that was sort of like a bait and switch, because while we're not going to get ranked down tickets, maybe we'll get rank up tickets. How amazing would that would be? But Caban Mike also addressed this, because a lot of people are messaging this in the threads, saying there is also a separate login calendar that is more closely tied to the holidays. More importantly, I'm seeing a lot of people comparing this to the ranked down tickets from last year. But what I think that most of them are forgetting is that they were not in the calendar either, and that is correct. Caban Mike is speaking of a direct message, that we got as a pop-up, just a random message that was sent in-game with the attachments of ranked down tickets, which set the precedent of maybe getting them every year. And I'm sure Caban might regret that they did that now, but that is why people somehow were expecting, even though they sent out these messages saying this is not going to be the case, for the ranked down tickets to be what the mystery December 25th item was. And then when it turned out to be just a small amount of the lesser gifting crystals, people went irate. Now, Caban, I don't know if you watch my channel, maybe you don't, but I do think this is an important lesson for you all to learn, in that if you put a question mark on an item that falls on the same day as a holiday, people are going to start hyping up something as if to say it is a really important event that should be something that to be excited about, even if your intention is just to not reveal a event too early. So this is a great lesson for you all to not do that in the future. This is also a really important lesson for people who went straight from, I can't wait to get a rank down ticket that I think I deserve, to DEF CON 35 in flooding forums with messages that, like I said, I just want anyone to know this. This is not me trying to over-exaggerate. If you comment on the internet on a post that can be traced back to you, a threatening message, Either it can be to a content creator or especially to a company such as Kabam that makes a product. You could be subject to jail time. Just because you think you're anonymous in a post on the internet doesn't mean you won't get the same kind of punishment as if you said it to someone's face in a bar in a public forum. I wish more people on the internet would know that so that they would refrain from saying things that legitimately keep people up at night because of the level of venom on them. It saddens me. I've received messages like that in the past, even over the past couple of weeks, but I have not received the level of a bombing threat that some people screenshotted and sent me because it took that much. When you're talking about the fate of someone's headquarters, that is beyond disturbing, especially for a free item in a mobile video game that's supposed to be just a bonus, not something that makes or breaks your holiday. So that is the situation as best as I can see it. I'm going to return to my family now, get off of YouTube, get off of Marvel Contest of Champions, enjoy the time with my family. This is my message about this topic. I will not make another one about this topic, even if there's more to talk about, but I wanted to address the community's outrage while at the same time asking for people to not go crazy DEFCON level 10, because it really saddens me and even scares me that there are people out there that would look at a free item in a game and automatically think that they have a right to threaten people. That should never happen. Enjoy the holiday, and for 99.9% of you who are watching this and you didn't do that, thank you for being reasonable people that continue to keep my faith in human beings, even when I see messages like that and I start to wonder if I should just leave YouTube because that kind of thing exists. Either way, thanks for watching. Have a great Christmas. Merry Christmas to you overseas. It will be Christmas here soon, and I hope we have an enjoyable Christmas that is full of far less drama and far more peace and love and rationality.